guys, we are back with another video and we definitely have a lot to discuss. Now, the first thing on the docket is Cardi B losing her budget at Titanic Records to Rose, the alleged industry plant, okay? Now, if you don't know who Rose is, she is in that girl group, that Korean girl group called Blackpink. And she had somewhat of a good year. You know, she had that single with Bruno Mars called APT. Okay, I don't know what that stands for, but that was a really popular record. And she put out her album last year. Allegedly, Rose is also working on another album coming out in 2026 in Blackpink music. And Titanic Records has used some of Cardi B's budget. Some people are saying, oh, Rose is not an industry plant. That's what y'all always say. But I feel like she didn't have this success a few years ago. Now, Records as a solo artist. And with that being said, she also took Cardi B's deal to be on the F1 soundtrack, allegedly. I'm like, why is she on the F1 soundtrack? Interesting. Now, fans are also clocking Cardi B because Gorilla Glue tweeted that she's already working on her second album. A fan said, if Glow dropped her sophomore album before Cardi, I'm gonna crash out because ain't no effing way. Well, all the girls are gonna surpass Cardi B in female rap, okay? Ain't Scratch Off on like her fourth album. Doja Cat's on her fifth. I mean, Doechie's about to release her first album. Megan's like on her fifth or sixth album. Cardi B is too focused on being a wag. She forgot about her career. And that is the problem she has now. Now, speaking of albums, Doja Cat is teasing her fifth album merch. Her album is coming soon. I received an email. I haven't even bought anything from Doja Cat in a long time. Not since the Planet Her era. But I received an email to buy Doja Cat's merch, okay? Let me know if you guys are going to be supporting Doja Cat. Her Vi merch is coming, and she is working on her fifth album. Allegedly, an announcement will be made soon. I feel like that's why she was probably trying to use Nicki Minaj, okay? She was trying to use Nicki Minaj to get the Barb's attention, but unfortunately, I don't think the Barbs are going to support you, Doja Cat. What you should have done is you should have showed love to Nicki Minaj instead of posting that shitty video of that YouTuber dissing Nicki Minaj, okay? You forgot how to pander. You was pandering a lot during the Planet Her era, but you don't pander no more like you used to. I think that you got to grow up. Okay, I think you might be going through some sort of crisis, but you got to grow up because I feel like trying to use Nicki Minaj on your fifth album is showing that you don't have any longevity as much as people think you do. Because you have talent, but do you have the longevity? Because I feel like the general public not really messing with you anymore. And it honestly shows. Stop trying to use Nicki Minaj for clout, okay? And no, I won't be buying any of your merch. So you can stop asking. I love Doja Cat, but I'm not really here for the clownery that she's been doing. So I will not be buying any of her merch. No shade. She's going to have to put out a fire single for me to even support the album. I might not even support the album if she don't put out a fire single. That's just me though. So let me know how y'all feel about it. But it looks like Doja Cat is coming. She's dropping her album before Cardi B. And she's on her fifth album. This is embarrassing, Cardi B, low-key, because at the end of the day, you was low-key popping before her. You were popping on Instagram and Love and Hip Hop before Doja Cat. Doja Cat didn't get popping until 2020. Now, a lot of fans are saying that Doechii is going through a hate train and she's being disrespected by a lot of men in the industry. Recently, she was disrespected by a streamer. His name is Aiden Ross, and he goes off on Doechii, mostly because he's part of really OV Ho.
Get me started on that bitch. Hey, don't get me started on that bitch. Don't get me started on that industry plant. Don't get me started. You guys can say shit whatever you want about me, but one thing about me is I'm not an industry plant. I've been streaming for like a long time now. Fuck Doechii. The umbrella clip pissed me off. What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit she is, bro. She deserves, bro. I'm not joking, bro. Stop listening to her music. Cardi and Abel, why would you give her a feature on a remix? You shouldn't have cleared it. She's just the worst. She's a piece of shit. She stole someone like that I used to know. She makes no good music. She's horrible.
Now, Aiden racist Ross tends to always disrespect black women, so I wasn't really shocked. A lot of black people align with Aiden, but he's very disrespectful to black women. I do agree that the umbrella clip of her yelling, "Give me more umbrellas" for that mid-ass outfit that she wore to the Met, it was distasteful. It didn't look good. But to say she has no talent and that she's unintelligent is just taking it too far, considering that you big up Playboy bottom bussy Cardi. She got more talented than him. He be mumbling in records. I can't even understand what Cardi be saying in his records. And then on top of that, you besties with Doodoo Garbage, the woman beater, and he definitely don't got no hits or talent. He rap because he has a platform, but he don't have no talent. If he had talent, he would be able to make a hit. He don't be making hits. Y'all can say, "Oh, that album is fire." That album is not fire. Stop. That album is not fire. That's why it sold 10K first week. Sit the fuck down. Okay, he been rapping for years now and still ain't blow up because there's little to no talent over there. So I can't really respect it because he big up very much untalented rappers. Doechie's not untalented. Yes, she might be ungrateful, and I do feel like she has a big ego, but I don't like when white men feel like they can come into our culture, because Aiden's not part of the culture. You hang with people that you believe are part of the culture, like Wackademics, okay, but he's not part of the culture either. He really is not, no shade. But with that being said, I feel like Doechii is getting a lot of hate with men. A lot of men feel a type of way about Doechii because she did say in an interview, I think she was being sarcastic, but she did say straight men were red flags. So I feel like are gonna go hard on her now. But with that being said, TDE Fruit Punch decided to clap back. Now, TDE Fruit Punch said, "These internet guys are really going far. There's a difference between entertainment and being disrespectful. I understand that certain people's brands is to say things they say is going to go somewhere else. Eventually, everyone will see each other. No threats. Let's keep it cool and respectful." Ooh! Uh-oh! It looks like Aiden Ross will be getting pressed. And I'm here for it. I think a lot of these white streamers, there's another one that I don't like. I think his name is QC or something. They always be attacking black women, and I feel like you're not really part of the space. And black people gotta gatekeep hip-hop in our culture and not let everybody in. And that's why black women always get disrespected the most when it comes to hip-hop. Y'all let these niggas disrespect Nicki Minaj, so of course all the other female rappers are gonna get disrespected because y'all let it happen to the queen of rap. No shade. And it looks like it's affecting his career because he made comments about Megan Thee Stallion saying, "Show us your foot, show us the bullets, show us the bullet wounds," or whatever. And unfortunately, he lost a $2 million brand deal, okay, according to Wackademics. So I feel like that needs to happen more. You can't just come into the culture and disrespect us. You deserve to lose more brand deals. Now, Doodoo Garbage and his mama are coming after Halle Bailey. He posted, "I'm chilling. By the way, I have no worries. Streaming later on. No days off." Here's the thing though. You should have worries because you ain't gonna see your son for 2 months. That was another court order that she is allowed to take her son to Italy for 2 months, and she probably gonna get full custody. Okay? And then his no good ass mama said, "I don't usually comment or say anything on the internet. Even with all the negativity, the lies, the hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I've been quiet too long." No, bitch, stay quiet. You can't not override the evidence. She sold evidence to the courts. There's evidence of the bruises, text messages, okay, and a bunch of other receipts. You can't just get a restraining order by no he said, she said. You have to give out actual receipts to the judge. So please sit the fuck down. It's always these mamas that want to enable the toxicness that their children have. Doodoo Garbage has been accused of domestic violence in the past. So I just don't feel like it's coming out of thin air. Just because he's only 5'6" and he's scrawny and he don't got no muscle, that doesn't mean that he's not abusive. I can tell that he was guilty when he was streaming with Aiden Ross and he was looking down at the ground and talking about, oh, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't even know how this is possible. No, bitch, you didn't think you was gonna get caught. Okay, so Doodle Garbage's mama will be receiving 100,000 lashes. Okay, he needs to go up in that jail cell with Diddy. That's where he needs to go. Because his music career already flopping. And I don't see his streaming career lasting long after this, in my opinion. Now, Soulja Boy Tell Him decided to threaten Doodle Garbage over Halle. But I thought he beat women too, but I guess not. He said, you a B-ass N-word for putting your hands on Haley. Little N-word. If I catch you, I'm beating the F out of you. Now, I could have sworn you just lost an R case and you beat up, I think her name is Nia Riley. Okay. She was on Love and Hip Hop. I could have sworn you beat up Nia Riley, but maybe, he came to his senses or he went to some sort of therapy. But my whole thing is, all y'all niggas in the industry are abusive. All of y'all. There is nobody that's not. Y'all all abuse women. Y'all all need to go to jail. Soulja Boy, you need to go to jail too. Now, moving on from that, it has been exposed. The truth is coming out. Megan, it don't look good for you. Këlsey, come to the front of the congregation and receive 2 million lashings. Actually, I'm only going to give you like 500,000. I can't have you receive more lashings than Diddy. But bring that ass here because you have been exposed.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Këlsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side.
Wow. Now, this comes after Tory got stabbed in the face 14 times. Okay? Now, Devil Nation, they probably not happy about this, but Megan, you should have came clean. See, I told y'all niggas, if y'all been following me, that it was Këlsey. I told y'all it wasn't Tory. Këlsey was the only person that had motive to shoot Megan. Okay, let's be very clear. They was fighting. It was reported in court that they were fighting. They got into it once Këlsey found out that Megan was sleeping with Tory Lanez, and Këlsey also was sleeping with Tory Lanez, but then she got the C-19. And then she went back to Houston and she didn't see Tory for weeks. And then he started getting his D sucked by Meg. Now, Megan tried to put out a distraction by announcing that she got a bikini line coming. But we don't care. We want to know the truth about what happened between you, Këlsey, and Tory. Okay? So you can drop all the businesses or make all the announcements you want, but we don't care about that. And also, Chris Breezy is getting dragged on social media because he posted Free Tory. But unfortunately, soon after, Chris Breezy got arrested for a bottle attack in London nightclub that occurred 2 years ago. Oh my goodness, Devil Nation is on it. They said free Tory. No, bitch. Free you. Wow, wow, wow. Now, it also has been reported that Halle Bailey is requesting sole legal and physical custody of her son, Halo, asked the court to prevent Doodle Garbage from taking him out of LA. Wow, wow, wow. Doodle Garbage is not looking good for you. However, she is asking that Doodle Garbage be given supervised visits with a professional company once a week for 6 hours while Halo is in Los Angeles. Additionally, she's asking the court to prevent Doodle Garbage from taking their son outside of the county of Los Angeles. She is also requesting an order to prevent child abduction. Says that Doodle Garbage has a history of abusing her, taking her away, or hiding Halo from her, threatening to take away or hide Halo from her, and not cooperating with parenting. She's also asking for the judge to order Doodle Garbage not to move Halo without her written permission and to turn in or not apply for passports or other important documents for Halo. If he does travel with Halo with her permission, she's asking the judge to order that Doodle Garbage provide his travel schedule, copies of round-trip airline tickets, addresses, and phone numbers where they can be reached. Wow! Wow, wow, wow. This is not looking good for Doodle Garbage. See, I told y'all that he was finna lose custody. I just said this. He's finna lose custody. You know, I don't feel bad for him at all because you are abusive and you need to be taught a lesson. But this is a wake-up call. You know, he got to do better for the sake of the child. Now, moving on from that, Rihanna is dropping new music. Some of her fans feel like it's going to flop. But she's dropping a song or a single May 16th for the Smurfs movie called Friend of Mine. Also, it was reported that Tyla is going to be on the soundtrack. She's not going to be on a song with Rihanna, but she's possibly going to be on the soundtrack. Cardi B was already on the soundtrack. She put out her single with DJ Khaled. It flopped. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I kind of feel like, well, Rihanna needs to just announce that she's retiring because nobody cares about these soundtrack singles. I don't even hear nobody really talking about the Smurfs like that. Now, I know little kids gonna watch it, but I just don't think little kids care about a song that Rihanna's on. Let's just be honest. And I wouldn't be shocked if this song flops. I wouldn't. I mean, it's not like, I feel like I heard a snippet of it, but it's not like I feel like this song is going to be as big as that Wiz Khalifa song with Charlie Puth. I think it's called See You Again. I don't even think it's going to be as big as Barbie World. Barbie World was a big song for a soundtrack single. It was a big record. It got a Grammy nomination. But it's not giving that for Rihanna. It's given I'm putting out music because they paid me to, because, you know, I believe she's one of the producers for the Smurf soundtrack movie, and she's also going to be in the movie. So I feel like she's just obligated to be on the soundtrack because she's going to be in the movie. And I feel like she doesn't want to tell the fans that she don't want to do music anymore, regular music, because she doesn't want the fans to stop buying Fenty toothbrushes and Listerine. She wants to continue to sell the fans Fenty headbands and continue to help her billion-dollar empire. So that's why she won't tell the fans that she's really retired. But nobody cares about these soundtrack singles. It's a chop, okay? But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about it. I got some very hot tea on Tory and Devil Nation on Patreon. I got some tea on who else is testifying against Diddy on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And have a great day.